Yeah, Bart and myself, a bass player and myself, had been together for about 4 years, I think. I think we got, about 4 years. So the band really, apart from Laurie, who's the new guy, we've known Laurie for 6 years, but the band has been together on and off for 6 years now.
Did you try all that time to get a record deal? Was it hard for you to...
Yeah, I think like any band, the weird thing about Apes, Pigs and Spacemen, we tried, we'd all been in kind of other bands and gone through all of that trying to get a deal, and it just ends up so frustrating that we ended up saying, right, let's forget about getting a deal, let's just enjoy playing music. And strangely enough, the record company started coming to us as opposed to us having to go to them, so we got a deal quite easily as this band, believe it or not.
Yeah. You're about to release your second album. How many records can you release with this deal you got now?
We've got a 3-album deal with Music for Nations, so we have definitely another album with them. What happens after that, I don't know.
Oh, okay. Your first album was released in October '95. How did that first album do on the market?
It was very well received critically, but it sold well until we came out to Europe in October when the album came out, and we toured with Skid Row, then we toured on our own, and the record sold very well whilst we were touring. Then we came back to the UK expecting there to be a single in the January, and there wasn't one. Music for Nations decided not to release it, and so obviously the album stopped selling from then on. So really it didn't sell what it should have done because no singles were released off it.
Did you spend much time writing new songs for this new Snapshot album?
Yeah, definitely. We all kind of write all the time, really, I suppose. To be honest, the album that we're about to release is already nearly a year old. We've been waiting for it to come out for a long time, but that's kind of business for you, I suppose. So we're ready for the third album already.
Okay. First, what does this current album sound like compared to your first album?
It's a lot less heavy. The guitars aren't so heavy metal, if you like. We've used a lot more dynamics. There are things like trumpets and strings and brass on a few tracks. Just a lot more variation, a lot more playing for the song rather than trying to get something that's just loud and heavy for the sake of it. We've tried to use textures a lot more.
Yeah, and then I already can ask you, how do you think your next album will sound compared to Snapshot?
Probably an extension of that. I think the next album, the way we seem to be working at the moment, there's going to be an undercurrent of acoustic guitar quite a lot of strings, and even more hook lines, a lot more. I suppose almost pop, if you like. It's going to be a very appealing album. It's going to be a lot of sweet songs.
Okay. If you have to wait a year before you can release each album, I guess you got to start recording the new third album already now.
Yeah, we're already pushing the label for starting on it, yeah, and for tours and things. We're desperate to get touring because we haven't toured for over a year. So we're just hoping that the record label will see the sense in us doing some tours.
Right. Your new album is called Snapshot, but none of the tracks has got that same name.
That's right.
Why did you choose to call the album Snapshot?
Well, most of the songs on the album are kind of the whole idea behind it was that the album started with the song Bean Man. Really, that was the first sort of track I wrote for it, which was, it started off as a poem about someone who had tried to damage the band, some guy who'd crossed us a long time ago, and what I'd written was kind of a poem that really was, like the schoolboy thing of we really don't like this person, and we decided that it wasn't really just about this guy. There were lots and lots of people in the world who were like that. So what we decided to do was get a collection of songs that were about certain types, certain situations that don't just, when you feel depressed or you feel annoyed, you always think that it's only you that it's affecting. But they're kind of snapshots, if you like, of events that make you the person that you are. So what the album is a collection of snapshots of certain types of people, certain events that affect us all, that we don't really think do, that we think it's only there set against us, but actually that people are all very, very similar. That's the whole idea of the snapshot thing. It's just a little photograph that we hold in our memories of things that have made us the people that we are.
Right. Your music has changed a bit now. What about lyrics? Do you write about the same things now that you did on the first album?
Yeah, things affect me. I read a heck of a lot. I'm a massive news buff. I love world affairs, and I just love watching people. So I think my lyrics are always going to have some kind of consistency. I'm not a person who wants to trivialize. I always try and humanize, and I think that basically I always write what I personally feel. The I in my lyrics is usually how I feel. It's not another person. It's usually what I'm thinking. So yeah, I think it's well in keeping with the first album.
Well, why don't you pick a track from the album for me to play after this interview?
Monster, I think.